In this video, I'm recreating Jurassic World Rebirth. By using these 6 official LEGO sets and some parts of my own, I'm building the mutant dinosaur island, characters, and the dinosaurs that eat them. I mean, live on the island. So, like any good dinosaur story, let's start with a tragic lab accident. One day, in the mutant dino lab, Williams got hungry for a Bricker's bar. Only, he didn't throw his trash away. System error. Rebooting.
Everyone evacuate! My God! Open the door! Don't leave me here! My God!
Run.
This is Martin Krebs, a representative for Parker Gen X, a drug company that thinks they can cure heart cancer with the DNA from the 3 largest living dinosaurs: the swimming Mosasaurus, the grasslander Titanosaurus, and the flying Quetzalcoatlus. However, the dinosaurs live on an island that's illegal to visit. So he hires Zora Bennett, a mercenary. Possible criminal charges? I think I'm out. We can pay you $10 million. Well, great. When do we leave? He also needs a dino specialist, so he brings paleontologist Dr. Henry Loomis to identify the specimen. To get to the island, they're gonna need a boat and a crew. And LEGO made this set with a beautifully brick-built Mosasaurus that satisfyingly articulates in 6 places. It also has these massive jaws. The boat, on the other hand, is not so large. And we have another problem. It doesn't exactly float. Oh my gosh, water's floating in the back. It's like halfway sunken. Well, this isn't gonna work. So I grabbed this police boat and removed the stickers and all of the pieces. But it's a little large for my test tub, so I removed the deck, and sure enough, a single hull is super buoyant. I built the white and gray striped boat with the orange bars in the back, and then loaded in our expendable crew. This is our captain, Duncan Kincaid. This is his skipper, Leclerc, and we have a random guy that doesn't get an intro, but his name is Atwater. I also built Lena wearing some overalls, since she didn't even make it into any of the sets. With all the gear and the crew loaded up, they set sail for Illegal Island. So how exactly do we collect the DNA? With this, I created a complex automatic syringe that will perfectly eject from the specimen and conveniently parachute right into our hands every single time. Well, that's handy. What could go wrong?
Mosasaurus spotted!
Thanks, Captain. Obvious!
Atwater overboard! We've got more important things to focus on right now, like money. I mean, curing heart cancer.
So Zora takes the shot, and like clockwork, the sample fills up, ejects, and parachutes into their hands. But then they spot this. The Spinosaurus. They get chased through the water until they eventually get close enough to shore to gently park the boat.
Good thing we didn't overreact.
Let's just unload the gear right here since we're safe now. Roger that, Zora. Glad we're safe now from these deadly dinos. Just kidding. Run! Okay, everybody, new plan. Drop anything you can't carry all day.
Oh, thank goodness. This was getting heavy.
Except for the samples, you fool. That's why we're here. And while this Cretaceous crew hikes to the next dinosaur, let me tell you about these base plates I've been using thanks to the sponsor of today's video, Slab Dream Lab. These are the 12x12 base plates, which are a bit larger than normal 36x36 stud base plates. They're also specifically designed to connect together from underneath using this little doodad. That way I don't have to worry about them moving around while I build. They also have studs on the bottom, so you can stack them if you wanted to, build a parking garage, or say save space by stacking your builds on top of each other. These brick compatible plates are thick, which makes them super sturdy if you do choose to stack them and you don't have to worry about them bending. But the most important feature is the wide variety of prints to choose from that spice up your boring old base plates into something a little more realistic. I don't know, with the amount of times that people tell me to touch grass, I felt like this was fitting. At least I can touch grass. There's also some really cool scenic options, like this lava, the moon, all of these pixelated base plates, and if that's not enough, you could always just upload your own design for some cool customization. Another neat feature is how they come in different sizes, so you could have a much larger base plate that you hang on your wall, or even a base plate that fits into the background of your display. And if you like what you see, then you're in luck because I have a 10% discount code right here and in the description for you to use when you place an order at Slab Dream Lab. So go check them out right after you watch this video. Now, our story takes a wild turn when a family washes ashore Illegal Island after their sailboat crashed into a dinosaur. Oh my god, Xavier! A little help, please. We have the father, Ruben Delgado, and his 2 daughters, Teresa and Isabella. And then there's this guy, freaking good-for-nothing boyfriend Xavier that can't even put on a shirt properly! And you may be thinking, wow, do all of these figures have dual-molded legs? Nope. they're just printed on the front and the side. Anyway, the family and Xavier immediately realize this place is kind of dangerous. So Isabella proceeds to make friends with a mutated dinosaur because we want to give the kids hope that they aren't all bad. And of course to sell more toys because this exists. Look at this cute little buildable Dolores that otherwise has absolutely zero effect on the plot. The family comes across a river and spots a boat. So Girl Scout Teresa wades through the water to go and retrieve it. Her family tries to warn her from the other side of the river, but she accidentally inflates the raft. Wait, where'd that dino go? Fortunately, Teresa has the survival instincts of a napkin, so she continues to make loud noises, thus alerting the dino to their presence, and they all go on a little river ride. Turns out T-Rex can swim, and he knocks them out of the raft. They dodge his teeth swimming through the river and make it to the sharp rocks. But wait, where's Isabella? See how that raft actually deflated? The T-Rex tries one last time, but the rocks are too sharp. Hey guys, I'm fine. That was a close call. Back to the dino hunting crew, they find themselves in the tall grasslands. But instead of stealthy and agile raptors, here we find the gentle, gigantic, towering titans! At least collecting this sample will be easy since they aren't being attacked by anything. Crab, stop fooling around. We gotta get to the mountains. Where's Leclerc? It appears he's gone. He couldn't handle the pressure. Well, let's get a move on. These samples won't collect themselves. Later that night, the Delgados set up camp, and Xavier decides to make himself useful and keep watch. That is, until he sneaks off to go take a whiz. I swear I could. The next morning, the Cretaceous crew finds themselves atop a very large mountain getting ready to rappel down to the alcove where they should be able to find the Quetzalcoatlus nest. Loomis conveniently explains about the cheat code where they can just sample an egg and never have to even get close to a flying predator. So, Zoris and Loomis rappel down. And inside the cave, they find the remains of a hidden temple. Loomis, watch out! Booby traps! Zora proceeds to take the final sample and climbs back up to get help. Wow, this went well. No casualties? Well, Dr. Loomis got knocked out and we need to give him a lift. It looks like that won't be necessary. Oh gosh, is that Loomis? The crew runs off to find their exit at the final location. And what do you know? The Delgado family also finds their way, so Girl Scout Teresa starts shouting around to see if anyone's home. Good thing, too, because it alerted the crew to their presence, and definitely only the crew. This is the Distortus Rex, a wild mutation of a T-Rex mixed with a Rancor and, I think, a beluga whale. I mean, seriously, what is this bump? I want to boop it. Thanks to Co's Bricks, I was able to follow along his build and create these two large body sections that clip together at an angle. Then I popped on these baby arms and put together this tail with 4 different sections. The build for these legs was incredible, and it makes some really creepy spread out toes. And finally, we have the longest, lankiest arms that definitely remind me of a Rancor. This build is perfectly scaled to the molded T-Rex based on the size comparison charts, and it may have taken me 8 hours to build, but it was so worth it. Krebs tries to make a run for it, but the D-Rex punches his car and dramatically grabs him and eats him like a snack. The rest of the crew makes a run for the boat and jets back home. In exchange for the samples, they get the biggest payday of their life and all live happily ever. Wait a second, is that really what happened? Okay, I may have left out a few details and spiced things up a bit here and there. So make sure to hit the like button, stay away from dinosaurs, and until next time, YouTube thinks you'll enjoy one of the following videos being shown to you on screen now.